This ABC 15 Flash Briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. Straight up.
Good Wednesday morning. I'm Nick Soletti here with your top stories from ABC15 Arizona. She's the woman who's accused of planning the deaths of her own children. Now a grand jury in Maricopa County has indicted Lori Daybell for conspiracy to commit murder of her previous husband. Charles Vallow died nearly 2 years ago. Lori Daybell's brother Alex Cox told police he shot and killed him in self-defense. A grand jury now revealing they have evidence that points to a plan between Lori and her brother to murder her previous husband. The additional charges come more than a month after prosecutors in Idaho announced charges against Lori and her current husband, Chad Daybell, for the deaths of her 2 children and Daybell's previous wife, Tammy.
Typically, people repeat behavior. And if you look at the evidence in the death of her 2 children, there are these conversations, there's this back and forth in text messages, there's locations of people at different places that were involved in this case. And it feels like to me that there's a similar pattern that went on between Lori and her brother to commit the murder of Charles.
Lori and Chad Daybell are still in jail up in Idaho, where she was recently deemed mentally incompetent to stand trial. Experts say Maricopa County Superior Court will likely reevaluate Lori and make a separate determination ahead of a trial on this new charge. We're learning more about the double fatal crash on the Loop 202 on Alma School Road. We know that it involved a wrong-way driver. We want to show you some video of that moment, just moments before the crash. DPS says the driver crashed into a car. Both drivers unfortunately died. The face mask debate is coming back around as the Delta variant continues to spread. The World Health Organization advising fully vaccinated people to continue wearing masks indoors and practice social distancing. You'll remember back in May, the CDC telling vaccinated Americans they no longer needed to wear a mask inside. Will these guidelines be adjusted? The CDC director joining Good Morning America later today to discuss COVID-19 updates. More people are starting to feel safer about returning to summer activities. 4 in 10 people say attending a 4th of July event feels risky, according to an Axios Ipsos survey. 8 in 10 people felt this way last year. More than half of people surveyed say that they're still wearing a mask when they go outside or go out anyway. That's the lowest number researchers have been seeing since they started to poll. The cruise industry is back on the water. The first ship setting sail from Florida this week. But what can passengers expect in this post-pandemic world? Valley resident Jennifer Kaplan spoke to us about the Celebrity Edge, the first cruise ship to set sail from the U.S. since the pandemic. It anchored the industry last year, of course. She says getting on board means getting to know the rules, while Celebrity Cruises is barred by the federal courts from requiring vaccinations. 99% of passengers on this maiden voyage are vaccinated. According to Celebrity Cruises, unvaccinated passengers 16 and older must pay $178 for 3 COVID tests, 1 prior to boarding, 1 mid-cruise, and a final test on return. They'll also be restricted to designated seating areas.
They're in the 30% of capacity, so you're not on top of people and feeling that it's definitely more spaced out.
According to the cruise line, they do plan to continue lower passenger numbers, at least in the short term. They've added automatic doors and installed hand washing stations throughout the ship, as well as adding additional capacity to its medical facilities in case of an outbreak. A golden ticket for a cult classic. Today marks 50 years, wow, since Willy Wonka the Chocolate Factory debuted in theaters. Got mixed reviews at first and so-so box office numbers. It wasn't until years later when it played on TV and was available for rental that it became popular there. I think I see Veruca Salt, the Oompa Loompas. God, we love them all.
Time now for that most accurate forecast. I'm meteorologist Iris Hermosillo. Storm chances continue every day through the end of the week with the potential for strong winds, some dust, even some small hail with those storms, especially in northern Arizona. And that risk for flash flooding around our state's burn scars remains too. For today, we'll watch some storms to our west of the valley in western Arizona. Those fizzle out before they move into the Phoenix area. And then this afternoon, more storms develop along the rim, some of them which will have the potential of working their way into the valley, possibly sending some winds our way that help generate new storms. Again, a chance for scattered showers and thunderstorms in the valley, but like yesterday, it's not a sure bet. So we'll have to wait and see if we actually manage to get anything. The potential is there, but we also have a few factors working against us, unfortunately. 105 for a high today in Phoenix, 109 out at Lake Havasu, 80s for Payson and Show Low, 75 today in Flagstaff. Temperatures the next few days essentially hover right around 105 through the end of the week before we get hotter this upcoming weekend with storm chances through the weekend.
For the latest headlines, weather, and traffic, just go to abc15.com or download our free ABC15 mobile app.
This ABC 15 Flash Briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. Straight up.